Midterm projects and exams are keeping students busy across the university this week, but there's also been a long list of options for Red Raiders to escape coursework. Coming up, we'll have a look at a couple recent free events and activities for students here on campus.
Texas Tech football and volleyball are both coming off a week of preparation as they hope to find their way back into the win column after some rough conference competition. MCTV's Joshua Ermis will be in studio with a preview of the weekend schedule for Tech athletics.
And a biannual test might have caught some members of the Texas Tech community off guard earlier today, but it's for an important cause. We'll have the details on today's Tech Alert test and how to make sure you don't miss a real emergency in the future.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Abby Fallon.
And I'm Cooper Beaumariage. This week officially marks the midpoint of the fall semester. Students are busy with midterm projects and exams on top of regular coursework.
But this part of the semester is also one of the biggest times of the year for campus events, and yesterday was no exception. Yesterday, the Davis College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources held their annual career fair in the Sub Ballroom. Students started arriving at 10 a.m. to meet with representatives from 40 companies, with fields varying from dairy and beef production to agri-sciences to pharmaceuticals. The Davis College Career Fair was organized by the University Career Center. Even if students were unable to attend yesterday's fair, the UCC still has plenty of options to help students pursue their future careers.
They are able to utilize any services available at the University Career Center, and so whether they need help preparing documents such as resume, personal statements if they're going to grad school, they can get mock interview experience helping facilitate interviews, especially preparing them for things like vet school if that's kind of their career path as an animal science student. But they have a lot of opportunities for job search, career assessments, and things like that as well.
Along with the chance to learn about potential job opportunities, yesterday's career fair also helped attendees learn about internships and network with people throughout the agricultural industry. The 2023 Davis College Career Fair wrapped up at 2 p.m., but the University Career Center's resources are available throughout the year to all students. For more information about the UCC or to schedule an appointment with a career counselor, visit careercenter.ttu.edu.
Right outside the Sub, another campus group hosted a biannual event with a goal of helping students stay safe when using a popular form of two-wheel transportation. Transportation and Parking Services took advantage of a beautiful day and invited students to stop by the Fall Bike Clinic. The annual event is a collaboration between TPS, the Outdoor Pursuit Center, Lime, and the TTU Police Department. Each group was available to provide information about free resources for students who bike or ride scooters across campus. The OPC also stopped by to offer free tune-ups from their professional mechanics. For any bicycle during the tune-up, attendees could stop by a Transportation Parking Services table to find out about a free option that may be unfamiliar to student bicyclists.
In our department, we're also doing bicycle registration, so students can come and register their bike for free. Then they have a little sticker if their bike is ever lost or stolen. It's a way to track it down.
Yesterday's bike clinic also included free snacks and drinks, and Tech PD and representatives from Lime were available to answer any questions attendees had regarding legally riding bikes or scooters here at Texas Tech. If you missed yesterday's bike clinic, TPS also hosts the event in the spring, and next month, a free car clinic will be held in the Communiter West lot across from United Supermarkets Arena. For more information about future events, visit Transportation and Parking Services website at parking.ttu.edu.
National Collegiate Alcohol Awareness Week is currently being observed here on the Texas Tech campus. Multiple events are being held in conjunction with Alcohol Awareness Week, including a chance for students to encourage each other, especially those who may be dealing with issues such as addiction. On Monday, the Student Activities Board set up a positivity wall across from the campus store in the Sub. The wall is made up of a portable bulletin board covered with messages of encouragement from passersby. Participants can stop by the positivity wall, grab a marker, and write a message on a colored paper leaf. From there, they can pin up their leaf and send good vibes to other Red Raiders. By yesterday afternoon, the bulletin board was nearly half full of messages with constant stream of students contributing good energy to those in need. SAB's positivity wall will remain on display from now until the end of the week, and you can stop by anytime to contribute to the project. Alcohol Awareness Week may almost be over, but the Student Activities Board still has fun and free options for Red Raiders throughout the semester. Tonight, SAB is offering free admission for up to 300 students at Nightmare on 19th Street from 8 to 10 p.m. Nightmare on 19th Street is a collection of haunted houses providing a scary night of fun during the Halloween season. If you're interested in stopping by tonight's event, make sure to bring your student ID. And for a calendar of events for the rest of the fall semester, visit sab.ttu.edu. The Texas Tech campus has been experiencing a bit of bipolar weather this week, with students having to walk to morning classes with a jacket before changing into shorts in the afternoon.
These conditions aren't unusual here on the South Plains, but temperatures have been a bit warmer than normal for this time in October. So how long will it be before cooler temperatures set in throughout the day? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. It's another bright and sunny day on the MCTV tower cam. Abundant sunshine has continued to stick around the area throughout the week. The sun has helped it feel a little warmer during the cold starts to the day, but it's also created spring-like conditions in the late afternoons. Today should be no different, as temperatures are expected to climb into the mid-80s before sunset, but even warmer weather is on the way. Tonight, clear skies will remain over campus and temperatures will cool down into the low 50s. A light breeze will also continue throughout the night. Tomorrow we'll see another day of sunshine and light winds, but temperatures will be on the rise. Highs are expected to top out in the upper 80s late tomorrow afternoon, but it's possible that we could hit the 90-degree mark before the end of the day. The unseasonably warm start to the weekend will continue into Saturday with another chance to reach the low 90s. We'll also see a lot less sun, with cloudy conditions expected to stay around the area. Sunday will continue to be warm, but highs are expected to be slightly cooler, topping out in the mid-80s. There should also be less clouds on Sunday, but that will be changing as we head into the last full week of October. Looking ahead, the final week of the month appears to include a run of wet weather, including a drop in temperatures that may finally bring full-fledged fall conditions to the South Plains. The last few weeks of Tech's regular fall season schedule are officially here, and a couple of teams are hoping for some much-needed wins before it all ends.
MCTV's Joshua Ermis joins us with a preview for what's ahead for some Red Raider teams in sports. Joshua?
Thank you, Abby and Cooper. Texas Tech Athletics has another big weekend coming up. Tech Volleyball will return home this weekend after a long road trip, while Red Raider Football will travel to Provo, Utah to take on a conference newcomer. Also, a former Red Raider is making a big splash in the MLB postseason. We'll start with Tech Volleyball. Texas Tech Volleyball will be hosting a pair of Big 12 matches this weekend starting Friday night against 22nd-ranked Houston. The Red Raiders are coming off of a 3-match road trip that saw them go 0-3 against both 25th-ranked Iowa State and 9th-ranked BYU. The Red Raiders hope that the return home will give them a big boost as conference play continues to heat up. The Red Raiders are not the only ones returning to the Hub City this weekend. Former Red Raider Kenna Sauer, who transferred from Tech to Houston this offseason, will be playing her first match in the USA as the visitor. This match will also serve as the first conference meeting between the Red Raiders and Cougars, as Tech is playing all 4 Big 12 newcomers this season within the span of 4 weeks. Texas Tech currently stands at 8-12 overall and 1-7 in Big 12 play. They host Houston for 2 matches this weekend, first on Friday at 6 p.m. and again on Saturday at 2 p.m. Texas Tech football will hit the road this weekend as they take on the conference newcomer BYU Cougars. The Red Raiders are coming off of a heartbreaking loss to the Kansas State Wildcats last Saturday that saw yet another quarterback go down. The Red Raiders were down at 17-14 going into halftime with Baron Morton at quarterback. When they came out of halftime, true freshman Jake Strong was leading the offense, much to the audience's confusion. It was then reported that Baron Morton had suffered an undisclosed injury and he would not be coming back into the game. Despite a promising 99-yard touchdown drive from Strong to give Tech the lead coming out of halftime, the offense understandably struggled in the second half, with Strong throwing 3 interceptions. The Red Raiders would fall to Kansas State 38-21 after a remarkable 5-touchdown performance from K-State QB Avery Johnson. With yet another injury at quarterback, that being the 5th in 3 years, Jake Strong will be leading now 3-4 Texas Tech into Provo for a game against the conference newcomer BYU Cougars. It is uncertain we'll see Baron Morton again this season, but head coach Joey McGuire remains optimistic. Texas Tech's record heading into Provo stands at 3-4 overall and 2-2 in the Big 12. They'll play at BYU this Saturday. That game will have yet another 6 p.m. kickoff, one of 9 confirmed kickoffs at 6 p.m. or later this season. Finally, a former Red Raider had a big night last night in the ALCS. Former Red Raider third baseman Josh Young brought in 4 of the Texas Rangers' 5 runs in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series against the Houston Astros. Young had a pair of 2-run home runs, one in the 5th inning to cut Houston's lead to 5-2. He then got his second 2-run homer in the 7th to cut the lead to 3 at 7-4. Unfortunately for Young, it wasn't enough to keep up with the Astros' explosive offensive performance as the Rangers suffered their first postseason loss 8-5. With the series now at 2-1 in favor of the Rangers, Young hopes to help get the club back on track tonight at 7:03 in Arlington on FS1. That's all for Texas Tech Sports. Now back to Cooper and Abby.
Thanks, Joshua. As we mentioned earlier, a change in weather conditions could be headed our way soon, and although it doesn't happen often in the fall, snow and ice could potentially lead to changes in the university schedule.
To make sure the tech community is prepared for severe weather conditions and more, a biannual check of an important Texas Tech system was scheduled for earlier today.
This is a test of the Texas Tech Emergency Notification System. In an emergency, important information will be provided through this system.
The Fall Tech Alert Test took place at 10:50 a.m. this morning. During the test, members of the tech community received non-emergency texts, emails, and phone calls from the university. Digital signage displays throughout campus also displayed the information, alerting passersby of the test. The Tech Alert Test is held each fall and spring to make sure that the system is working and for members of the tech community to be sure they receive messages sent by the university. In an actual emergency, the Texas Tech Alert System is used to send important information to faculty, staff, and students to help them stay safe. If you didn't receive today's alert test, you can update your contact information by visiting emergency.ttu.edu.
So, Abby, did you receive this morning's Tech Alert test messages?
I actually did. It caught me really off guard at first, but now I'm prepared for next time. What about you?
Yeah, I received it. I was not expecting it, but I saw it. So, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.